Wausau police are asking for your help in finding a missing Wausau man. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Maria Szatkowski. 3 Girl Scouts and a mother were killed Saturday. We're now learning more about the man suspected of kidnapping JAYME Kloss. Before we start, this might be the only time in Wisconsin you have 2 Michigan fans on the desk. So,
go blue!
Go blue! Both men and women arrived in Stevens Point to show off their one-arm strength. Paul Hitz is reported missing and authorities are concerned for his welfare. Well, we have more snow in the forecast, but we already had a lot of snow this season, even just in the past couple of weeks alone.
Yep.
Not so much the season, just in the past few weeks alone.
Yes.
Now, that included Kansas City Chiefs offensive lineman Jeff Allen to bring dogs back to Wisconsin and help them find their forever homes. Well, the holiday magic has arrived in Titletown. Tomorrow's big game between the New England Patriots and the Los Angeles Rams will be broadcast right here on CBS. I'm cheering for the Brewers. I want them to go all the way. Yeah, rocking it.
I mean,
bandwagon, hopping on the bandwagon.
Well, we might as well. Listen.
Right now on NewsChannel 7 weekend, 13-year-old JAYME Kloss was found alive 88 days after a stranger kidnapped her from her barren home. Now the community continues to show its support.
Weather continues this weekend, but colder air is expected to return. I'll let you know when in the Weather Authority forecast.
We're now into the longest government shutdown in U.S. history, and still no deal has been reached, what politicians are saying. The news starts right now. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Maria Szatkowski. Developing at this hour, attorneys for 21-year-old Jake Patterson, the man arrested in the JAYME Kloss case, are calling it, quote, a very tragic situation. Charles Glynn and Richard Jones, attorneys for Patterson, say there's a lot of emotion surrounding JAYME Kloss's apparent abduction in October. JAYME was found alive on Thursday. Patterson faces kidnapping and homicide charges for the murder of JAYME's parents. He has a court appearance Monday. Glynn and Jones say they're relying on, quote, the integrity of our judicial system to treat him fairly. An aunt says JAYME had, quote, a pretty good night's sleep on her first night back with family. It's been almost a day since she was reunited with her loved ones, and we're learning more about the cabin she was kept in. The barricades continue to block access to the road JAYME ran down to escape from Patterson, who held her captive for 88 days. It's a remote area where homes are spread far apart and you can drive for miles without seeing another person. About 5 buildings make up the core of what could be considered downtown Gordon. People say they never saw Patterson in town. In the meantime, the community is really starting to show its true colors for JAYME and her safe return home. In just 24 hours, a Facebook fundraiser shows people donated $51,000 to JAYME and her family, while surpassing their original goal of $10,000. Katie Anderson talked to JAYME's cousin, who says the support system is just getting started.
These pictures.
A P.O. box has also been set up for people to send cards and gifts. You can find that information and more ways to donate on our website right now, WSAW.com. Our coverage continues as we wait for more details about this case. You can find all of our updates online, on our app, and on NewsChannel 7. A 43-year-old Franklin man is now in custody on suspicion of homicide after an investigation into 2 missing people led to the discovery of human remains in a Walworth County burn pit. The Franklin Police Department says the suspect was arrested Thursday when police executed a search on an East Troy area farmhouse. He has not been officially charged. Police are attempting to identify the remains. An arson investigation by the Milwaukee Police Department led to the report of the missing people. Reports of the massive search in Walworth County prompted Barron County Sheriff Chris Fitzgerald to send out a release saying that it was not related to JAYME Kloss. Now let's take a live look from our downtown Wausau sky cam. And earlier we talked about how slick it was this morning because it was, kind of that icy rain. My car had that ice on it. I needed my scraper. But as we look towards tomorrow, Jeremy, do we have any snow in the forecast? And what are the temperatures looking like?
Well, fortunately, tomorrow will be dry. And if anything, a little milder compared to today.
President Trump is turning to social media in an effort to pressure Democrats into reaching a deal as a partial government shutdown reached a milestone. Kenneth Craig has the latest from New York.
President Trump
The Trump administration is considering a plan that would divert emergency funds from the Army Corps of Engineers to pay for border security. Meanwhile, the Wisconsin Patriots Alliance held a pro-Constitution and pro-gun rights rally this afternoon on the steps of the Capitol. Around 50 participated in the rally. One of the organizers said the goal was to dispel misconceptions about their cause and demonstrate to the new governor the need to represent all of Wisconsin. Many people had guns strapped to their chests as a way to express their Second Amendment right. Madison police worked with Wisconsin State Capitol Police, and according to Madison police, there were no arrests. Both rallies were peaceful. Today, Governor Tony Evers and First Lady Kathy Evers hosted an executive residence open house. Hundreds of people walked through the home and lined up to greet the governor. They also got the chance to walk through the garden. Governor Evers says it was a great opportunity to connect with people from all over the state.
The most important thing for me.
One Green Bay organization travels across the country dozens of times each year to bring dogs back to Wisconsin and help them find their forever homes. Lucky 7 Dog Rescue partners with rescues in states that struggle with overcrowding at their local shelters. The back room at Lucky 7 Dog Rescue in Green Bay is filled with supplies that volunteers use during the transport process. You can see kennels, dog food, and even a bin of toys. But the nonprofit does not have its own van, a tool volunteers say could make a big difference.
It would allow us to be able to save an additional 30 dogs a month. It would allow us to be able to partner with other rescues here in the state of Wisconsin to be able to take dogs in. And one thing that we really want to do with it as well is provide low-cost vaccinations for low-income families here in the state.
Szymanski says she hopes to fundraise enough money to buy a van this year. They have already raised $7,000 for that purpose this month, but still need another $40,000 to make it a reality.